yourself muted. Put your questions in chat box. Your questions will be dealt. I have seen yesterday in AFTP session, Girish Ahuja sir was very keen to answer all questions. So I think no one should have any doubt in their mind after attending this session. The concept should be very clear. For the topics, I would like to say these two sections are very important in practice. 150 BBE has become a nightmare for all of us because any addition made under 68 to 69D and officers do resort to that. And they have simply one common feature in all these sections that if assessing officer is not satisfied with the explanation of assessee, he can invoke in that section. So we want to know from Ahuja sir, what can we do, how to deal with that? Then new section 271 AAD, it has come. Sir, this section is a very typical one. 271 AAD deals with penalty for falsification of books of accounts. It has not mentioned which books of accounts, simply books of account. It may be any relating to business, non-business. And omission of entries impacting computation of income. And also the person who are responsible for inducing to do that also equally responsible under section 271 AD. So still it has come. Want to know more from Girish Ahuja sir? Kindly clear our doubts and fear, and it is up to you, sir. This opening remarks, I thank our secretary and Girish Ahuja once again welcome you, sir. Thank you, Ritesh. Over to Ritesh.
रितेश अनम्यूट करो.
Yes, sir. Sorry. So, thank you so much, C. Ramdev Bhutra. Now I request C. A. Suresh Jain ji to introduce our speaker, Dr. C. A. Girish Ahuja. Over to C. A. Suresh Jain ji.
Hello.
हाँ sir, आवाज आ रही है sir.
Respected President of our Tax Bar Association, Shri Ramdevji Bhutra, Honorable Speaker, Shri Girishji Ahuja, Office Bearers of the Tax Bar Association, dear members, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to everybody and warm welcome to our Speaker, Dr. Shri Girishji Ahuja, and all the participants. Friends, my good friend and President of the Tax Bar, Shri Ramdevji Bhutra, has assigned me the task of introducing today's speaker, Dr. Girishji Ahuja, who in fact needs no introduction, at least in chartered accountants and tax bar professional fraternity. Introducing such a known and dedicated and most versatile personality, that too to our own fraternity, is not only difficult but utmost difficult for me. I am very much sure that all the participants attending today's webinar knows Shri Girish Ahuja ji very well, as either during our education or carrying on our profession, we all must have certainly referred to the taxation and law books authored by him. He has authored more than 25 books on direct taxes, both for students and professionals, including a concise commentary on direct taxes, compendium of issues on income tax and wealth tax, direct tax ready reckoner, direct taxes law and practice, guide to TDS, taxation of capital gains, etc. Hence, friends, he is known as an encyclopedia in our fraternity so far as taxation and other allied laws are concerned. Friends, I feel really proud to inform you that he is the only person honored and recognized by the government, that is Government of India, to be nominated as member of the task force for redrafting the Income Tax Act and new income tax law. The report there was to submitted to the Finance Minister on 18/8/2019. Not only that, he was also nominated as member of high-powered committee constituted by Government of India under the chairmanship of Justice A.P. Shah, Chairman Law Commission, to look into issue of applicability of MAT provisions in the case of foreign companies and FIIs and any other issues relating to applicability of direct tax provisions which may be referred to it by the government or CVDT from time to time. Hence, friends, Shri Girish ji play a very important role in representing issues of business community, taxpayers and professionals before the government from time to time. On account of his vast, varied knowledge and experience, he is nominated by the Government of India as independent director to the Central Board of Directors of State Bank of India for 2 terms. He is also nominated by the government with the approval of Supreme Court to the Board of Directors of Unitex Limited. He is appointed as an independent auditor on the Board of Ruchi Industries Limited and also several other limited companies. With regard to the academic and professional side, he completed his BCom Honors and MCom from Sri Ram College of Commerce, Delhi University in the year 1965 and 1967 respectively, and Chartered Accountancy in the year 1970 with distinction and rank holder both in intermediate and final examination. He did his PhD from Faculty of Management Studies, Delhi University in the year 2009. He has delivered more than 3,200 lectures on various topics of direct taxes organized by ICAI and ICSI, various Chamber of Commerce, Management Institute, and various other organizations. He is also patron of Tax Law Educate Society, a non-profit meeting voluntary organization with the main objective of educate general public and professionals on taxation law and allied matters for last 10 years. He is also president of SRCC Alumni Association for over 20 years. Friends, this is very brief introduction of Shri Girish Ahuja. We are really very fortunate and lucky to have him with us today to enlighten us on the 2 most important and draconian sections introduced by taxation law, that is section 115 BBE and 271 AAD. With this, friends, I thank you, our president and members of BAR, for giving me this opportunity to introduce Dr. Girish Ahuja ji, and with very much proud, I present you, Shri Girish Ahuja. Over to Ritesh Mittal for presenting Mr. Girish Ahuja.
Thank you so much, Surajji. Now I request our distinguished speaker, Dr. Girish Ahuja ji, to address the members. Hi, sir. Yes, sir.
Of the association, Ritesh Mittal ji, CA Suresh Kumar Jain ji, Ramamurthy ji, he is also there. CA Mohit Jain ji from Delhi is there. Mr. Samamurthy ji. I could see Amit Kumar from Kota. I could also see AP Dhama ji and Hitesh Jain ji, ladies and gentlemen. The name which I could. My request is, please be there on the face I can't talk to the walls. So your photo, I should be able to see it. I can't talk the walls, So please bear with me. I would like to see whether you are understanding or you are not understanding. I will not ask question, but I will ask this thing whether you have understood or not. That you can shake your hand ahead so that I know that you are understanding the thing. Probably what happens is everybody puts into the, they switch off the video and then you are talking to the walls. This is the difficulty in the case of, virtual meetings, So I'm coming back now. Ramdevji, I will have to go to the history of 215 BBE. Let me tell you, prior to 1/4/2013, that is prior to assessment year 13-14, there was no section called 115 BBE. There was absolutely no section prior to assessment year 12-13. Now try to understand. And if somebody has question and who's watching me can raise hand, I can answer him, because this is very important to understand. So prior to assessment year 13-14, there was no section 115 BBE. Now, therefore, if there was an income which was in the nature of section 68, 69, 69A, 69B, 69C, or 69D, what kind of incomes are there, I'll tell you. There used to be taxable under the respective head. If it is a business income, you could take it under business head. If it is other sources, you could take it other sources head. Because there are only 5 heads of income. You can't have any other head of income. So you were starting from salary, house property, capital gain, business profession, other sales, but there was no section called 115 BBE. Therefore, that income was added in the respective head. Then we used to take it the total income and calculate tax on the total income at the normal rate or the special rate. So this was normal income, like any other income, but it is added back. But we used to have a penalty under section 271, subsection 1, clause C, which was minimum 100% or maximum 300%. Everybody knows, those who are there. 100 and 300% for concealment of income or furnishing inaccurate particulars of income. Concealment or concealment. But the rate of tax for that income, which was undisclosed, was not fixed. It was based on your total income, whether you are under slab rate or under your flat rate. It was based on your total income. Then government suddenly realized that this income is an undisclosed income. Why this income be taxed at slab rate? Why this income be taxed at slab rate? It is an undisclosed income. So they brought an amendment with the Finance Act 2012. A new section was inserted with effect from assessment year 2013-14. Now try to understand, Ritesh ji, what I am trying to say. We have chapter 12 under the Income Tax Act, chapter 12, determination of tax in certain special cases. That is called special rate of tax. You know that your total income is taxed at 2 rates. Slab rate, I'm not talking about slab rate, flat rate, 2 rate. One has normal rate and second is at special rate. You know that what are the special rate? That special rate start with section 111A. It will go up to 115, long sections here. Section 111A starts. This is special rate. You know that when there is a short-term capital gain from the transfer of shares which is routed through recognized stock exchange, the special rate for short-term capital gain is 15%. You know that 112 section, the special rate is 20% for long-term capital gain. 112A, the special rate of tax is 10% without indexation if you sell your share through recognized stock exchange. 115A, 115A B, 115AC, 115ACA, 115AD, 115. So many sections are there which are taxable at special rate. 115B, that is lottery, crossword puzzle, that is also taxable at a special rate of 30%. You know that. And when you go to special rate, you must have read there, no deduction or no expense is allowed from that income. It is always taxable at special rate. Do you remember that? Whenever you calculate your total income, you see your return, the total income is taxable at 2 rates. One is the normal rate, Sureshji, another is the special rate. You know that. And special rate is given in chapter 12 and in somewhere 12A also. Now what they have done, Finance Act 2012, with effect from 1st April 2013, assessment year 13-14, inserted a section 115 BBE. Sir, 115 BBE is again in chapter 12, giving a special rate of tax. You know that 115 BBC, anonymous donation, taxable at a special rate of 30%. 115 BBD, you remember that dividend was taxable by a special rate of 10%. 115A. Similarly, a new section inserted as section 115 BBE with effect from assessment year 2013-14. Instead of taxing you at slab rate for the undisclosed income, they wanted to tax you at flat rate. At special rate. And whenever an income is taxed at special rate, you are not allowed any expenditure, you are not allowed any allowance from that income. So what was the section? I'm talking about the old section, not the new one. Ramdevji, the section was, I'm giving you the section, please try to understand. Where the total income of an assessee includes A, any income referred to in section 68, 69, 69A, 69B, 69C, 69D, then such income forming part of total income shall be taxable at a special rate of 30%. They said it will be taxable at a special rate of 30% if your total income includes. Ramdevji, it includes. Amit said it includes any income referred to in section 68, 69, 69A, 69B, 69C, 69D. That total income is part of your total. This income is part of total income undisclosed, but it will be taxable at a special rate of 30%. And the other total income, forming part of total income, shall be taxable at normal rate. Agreed? This was as per the rate applicable. But this rate will be 30%. I am not using the word maximum marginal rate. Please don't get confused with the maximum marginal rate. Whenever I say maximum marginal rate, the rate of income tax will be 42.74% in case of individual and HUF. You will say, why? Because surcharge is included in the maximum marginal rate and cess is also included. So that will be 30% plus 37%. Not that 10% or 15% or 27%, 37%. Plus 4% comes to 42.5. So whenever we use the word maximum marginal rate, please, it will include the surcharge also. But when I use the word 30%, it will include surcharge only when your total income exceeds a certain limit. If that does not exceed 50 lakh in case of individual, no surcharge. On 50% of surcharge. In the case of a company, if that does not exceed 1 crore, no surcharge. In the case of a firm, if it does not exceed 1 crore, no surcharge. So my point is, when I say maximum marginal rate, it is 30% and surcharge as applicable. If I say a maximum marginal rate, it will include surcharge, the maximum rate of surcharge. But when I say 30%, it means you have to take the rate as 30% and include surcharge if it is applicable, at the applicable rate. So at that time, this income referred to in 68, 69, 69A, 69B, 69C or 69D was told that you will have to pay tax at the rate of 30%. 30%, right? Plus surcharge if applicable. Coming to that subsection 2, notwithstanding anything contained, it used to say that no any other provision of the income tax, no expenditure, no allowance shall be allowed from such income which is referred to in 68 to 69D. You can note, Ritesh ji, you can note, Mr. A.P. Dhamma, you can see that whenever you go for a special rate, there is no deduction allowed. There is no expense allowed. There is no allowance allowed. And that's why here also that said, will be taxed at the gross revenue. We will not allow you any expenditure. We will not allow you any allowance. The total undisclosed income referred to in 68, 69, 69A, B, C will be taxable at 30%. That was the idea of introducing the Action 115 BBE, so that you not have to pay tax at the flat rate or applicable rate. You pay tax at a separate special rate of 30%, and you will not be allowed any expenditure also. In a case of a normal slab rate, you are allowed expenditure also for earning that income. They never wanted to give you the expenditure for earning that income or allowances for earning that income. That's why they said nothing doing, tax it at 30%. And then we had section 271 subsection 1 clause C also. And section 271 subclause 1C used to say that you are liable for a penalty of 100% subject to maximum of 300% if there is concealment of income, any concealment of income or furnishing inaccurate particulars of income. Am I right? Sometimes the penalty was not levied because of technical default. Somebody says you should have given the detail. Either it should be concealment or furnishing inaccurate. You are not ticked that it is concealment or furnishing accurate. The penalty was dropped due to the technical reason and many other things. But the penalty was there, 100% minimum. So 30% tax, 30% penalty. 100% of that minimum 30%. Although it used to go up to 300%, but very rarely you will find it was taxable at 300%. We used to pay 100%. So 30 plus 30, 60%, 30% penalty and 30% tax. This continued. This continued for long. Now, demonetization came. Now I'm going to the inside story of this demonetization. When the demonetization came, everybody said that there will be a penalty of 200% if the income is not proved. Normal rate plus 200% penalty will be levied in the case of demonetization. This was advertised everywhere. That time Mr. Jaitley was the finance minister and Mr. Revenue Secretary was Mr. Hashmukh Adhia and the chairman was Mr. Sushil Kumar Jain. Sushil Kumar. Now what happened? When I went, Sushil Chandra. I told Mr. Jaitley, because he happened to be my student, I told him, sir, under which section you will levy a penalty of 200%? You have said in the case of demonetization, will levy a penalty of 200%. I said, which section? He says, I am not very technical. I will call the revenue secretary. He will tell you which section will levy. The revenue secretary was called in his room. Revenue secretary said, the chairman CBDT told me it will be 200%. See, where it go? 200%. Then I asked chairman, he was also called. I said, under which section? He said, section 270A, which we have introduced. I will tell you when section 270A was introduced. So, under 270A, subsection 8, if there is a concealment, it is 200%. I said, sir, agreed, but you cannot levy penalty under 270A. He said, how come that? I said, I am telling you that you cannot levy. Chairman said, we have a right. I said, you don't have a right to levy penalty. He said, why? I said, first read section 68, 69, 69A, 69B, then tell me how will you levy the penalty. I have not done that. He said, how come? I said, read it. Section 68 is not done by me. If I have demonetization and I have disclosed that amount as my income, then how can you levy penalty? Suppose I have disclosed whatever money I have that, in the old notes, I show it as my income and I want to pay tax at the rate of 30%. He said, still we will levy penalty 200%. I said, you cannot levy. He said, no, we are over to levy. I said, levy is when there is a undisclosed income. I have not disclosed it. I'm already disclosing it. He said, no, 68 allows it. 69 allows it. I said, sir, read it. Then he said, I'm going to my room. The revenue secretary said, I will also join. You go to Mr. Chairman room. In the meantime, the person who has framed that section 68 to 69D was called. They said, give us some time. I said, you cannot levy penalty. That 68, 69 is AO has to detect that this undisclosed income. If I am disclosing myself, where it is undisclosed income? He said, why? I said, read the section. What is section 68? I'm reading out. Ramdev ji, just suniye. I'm reading out. Where any sum is found credited in the books of accounts maintained by the assessee. Where any sum is found credited in the books of account maintained by the assessee, and the assessee does not offer any explanation of the nature or source of that sum, or offers an explanation which the opinion of the AO is not satisfactory, then such sum found credited shall be deemed to be the income of the previous year in which it is found credited. Am I right, sir? This is the section. And if you want to read, you can read it now yourself. Open the book and see. Section 68 says this. I repeat. AP Ramaji, I am repeating. And you note down why I am saying. It is said, if there is any sum found credited in the books of accounts maintained by the assessee. First thing is, I should have maintained books of account. Agreed? And there is a sum found credited. Maybe some is on account of sale, maybe some on account of loan, maybe some is on account of anything, maybe it is in cash or kind, I'm not bothered. But there is a sum found credited. And I do not offer any explanation for the nature or source of that sum found credited. Or I offer an explanation which the opinion of the AO is not satisfactory. Then such sum which is found credited shall be deemed to be my income of the previous year in which it is found credited. So Amritji, who should find credited? AO. It is AO who will say that there is a sum which is credited to your account and you are not able to give you the nature and source, or you give the nature and source, I am not satisfied. Then only you will do now. So who will detect that? 68. AO and not me. If I am disclosing my income, I am saying this is 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 40 lakh rupees I am depositing in my account on the due to demonetization, and please treat it as income. And once you treat it as my income, I will have to pay tax only at the rate of 30%. And once I have disclosed that income, where is the question of 68 or 69 or 69A or 69B or 69C? घबरा गए, पसीने आ गए. Sir, ये तो मार देंगे. हमें तो Modi ji will kill us that we told them that we are going to levy penalty of 200%. What is this has been done? Now we will not be able to levy penalty. I said I will show my income as 2 crore, 3 crore, 4 crore. Charge the tax from me. What is the tax? 30%. I have disclosed myself. It has not been deducted by the AO. So where is the question of any penalty? मर गए. पहले तो लड़ते रहे. After 1.5 hours or 2 hours time, it was 10 o'clock in the night. The lady said, sir, we are at fault. Mr. Ahuja is right that we cannot levy penalty. We cannot levy penalty. So that means that demonetization, people will show income, pay tax without paying any penalty. So where will they go? There is no concealment. I'm showing my income. Where is the concealment? And you can't ask me the source. Where it is written, tell me the source. Source is only when found credited. They ask me what is to be done. Now we have to levy penalty. We will have to bring some amendment. I said, well, I can't help it. You do one thing, extend that scheme. That scheme was there now already. What was that voluntary disclosure scheme? Extend that where you are supposed to pay 45%. I say extend that. They say we can't extend it because we have already said that we will close this scheme. And we have already closed this scheme. We cannot extend it. It was 45%. We will, and you are not supposed to. I said, then what will you do? I said, then do one thing. Introduce a section in Income Tax Act. You remember during search time, old days, there used to be a section that if there is a search, pay 60%, the tax on the 60%, and you don't have to pay any penalty or tax or anything. Pay tax at 60%. He says, I said, you introduce a section. He said, let us introduce the section, but what should the amount we should charge? I said, sir, 40%. He said, how can it be 40% when in VDS it was 45%? How can we charge 40? I then told them, sir, charge 50%. You will get a lot of money. 30% is the tax, then 20% will be the in a way penalty. And forget about that. You will get lot of money as during demonetization, which is, he said, it is in fact a voluntary disclosure. But voluntary disclosure is 45, you make it 50. They thought over up to 12 o'clock in the night. And then we went away. He said, we will talk to the Prime Minister. Next day we get a call. Sir, Prime Minister does not agree that we cannot give this kind of benefit to them. I said, then what will you do? You can't levy penalty. Then they came out with this idea. And the section 115 BBE was amended by Tax Law Amendment, Second Amendment Act 2016 with effect from 1st April 2016, that is assessment year 2017-18. Taxation Law Second Amendment Act 2016 was brought in and applicable from which date? Assessment year 17-18, previous year 16-17. When the demonetization came, demonetization was on 8th of November. Remember? 8th of November 2016. And from which date they changed it? 1st of April 2016. They changed it. You know, earlier to demonetization, somebody came to my office and he was very happy. I said, what happened? Sir, a search was conducted in my place in the month of July and I have surrendered 40 crore rupees there. And by surrendering 40 crore rupees, I have to pay tax 30% maximum, and I will pay concealment only 30%. 60% I am able to convert my money. I said, you are lucky. No, that time it was not 30%. That time if you declare, it was 10% under section 271 AAB. It was 10%. He said 30% tax, 10% penalty for search. So I have declared 40 crore. So I am able to get for a benefit of 60% up to now one who is going to declare in demonetization. He will be ruined. I said, okay. After this amendment came, he said, I am ruined now. Why he was ruined? Because it came applicable from 1st April 2016. And what is the new law which has been brought? Now try to understand, sir, what is the new law which the amendment has taken place. Amritji, you listen to me. Many have gone. I told them, please show your face. I want to look to your face. I want to know that you are understanding. Mr. C.A.P. Dhamma is gone. Mr. Samba is not joined again. I have with me Ashok ji. Sir, I want to see you. I can't talk to the walls. Mr. Amit Kumar is there in front of me, no doubt. Ramdev Buddha ji has gone. Chandra Prakash Jain, I don't know. Whatever the screen I have in front of me, I'm seeing. The second screen I'm not able to see. The second screen we have, now I've changed. Kamal Kumar.
Sir, all are here, sir.
Yes.
Bandwidth issues are there with them.
It is on the second way. I can only see 9 people. In the first 9 people, I am able to see only 5 people. The others are not there. CB is not there, CJ is not there, Chandra Prakash Jain is not there, CB is not there, that is Ramdev Buddha is not there, Mr. AK is not there. So I am able to see only few persons. Ashok ji is there, no doubt. I'm there. Sir, so now please, okay, 4-5 is okay.
I am very much here, sir.
Sir, I'm not able to see your face.
Sir, it is bandwidth issue, sir. Video problem.
That may be the reason. But I'm not able to see. That's a different thing.
How can we miss your lecture, sir?
सर बेनकाब करिए अपने आप को, बेनकाब करिए. आपने नकाब पहन लिया है. बेनकाब करिए अपने आप को. सर बेनकाब चाहिए मुझे, निकाब नहीं चाहिए. उर्दू में बोल रहा हूँ बेनकाब. तो ये तो you can understand. So why I'm coming to, please try to understand. Now what is the new law? Please listen to me carefully. Where the total income of an assessee now A includes any income. Please not A separate. A includes any income referred to in section 68, 69, 69A, 69B, 69C, 69D. Am I right? And it is reflected by the assessee in his return of income. Wow, what a law. What a law. that you are having a undisclosed income and you have reflected in your return of income. Great. What law made that 68 is to be deducted by whom? By the AO. He said, forget about that. There is an income referred to in 68, 69, 69 A, B, C, and it is reflected by you in your return of income. You have reflected, then where is the point? He said, no, give us the nature and source of the income. If you don't give the nature and source of income, we will tax you. Not at 30%. Wait a minute. What I'm saying you, it is income referred to in 68, 69, 69A, B, C, D. And it is reflected by you, Amritji. It is reflected by you in your return of income. If I have reflected, then where is the undisclosed? No, so give us the source, give us the nature. Then only, if you don't do it, we'll levy tax. And second, where the total income assessee determined by the AO, determined by the AO, and it is in respect of 68, 69, 69 A, B, C, D. In both the cases, the rate of income tax will be 60%. Are you noticing? Amriji, 60%. That means if you reflect in your return, still 60%. If you don't reflect in your return and it is determined by AO, then also 60%. You will say, what is the difference? I'll tell you the difference later. But the rate is 60%. Whether you have declared, so if I have in the due monetization time, I have declared that income, don't think that you will be liable to pay tax at 30%. The tax will be 60%. And wait, and there will be a surcharge, 25% of this 60%. So 60 plus 25% of 60, 15%, 75%. Plus health and education tax. At that time, health and education tax was 3%. So it was 2.25%. So total tax is 77.25% if you declare that income yourself. If you declare your income yourself in your return, 77.25%. But if it is determined by AO under these sections, still it is 77.25%. But then there will be a penalty under section 271 AAC, 10% of 60%, which is 6%. So therefore, if you declare income yourself, pay tax at 77.25%. And if you don't declare that income, and if you don't give the nature and source, and AO determine it, so pay tax at 77.25% plus penalty 6%, total is 83.25%. This was the reason, Ramdev ji, this law was brought. This was the reason. They said that galti inhone kari, saying that 200% penalty. Now they could not levy penalty under 270A. So suddenly they came out with the amendment and with the back date from 1st April 2016, because the demonetization took place on 8th of November 2016. And this law was made on 17th of February, 17th of December 2016, or they brought it. And they say pay tax at 77.2. So many people declared that, and they are not able to give nature and source. Reflected, and you don't give nature and source, then also 77.25%. If you give nature and source, normal. But how can you give nature and source in the demonetization? Now people have done mischief. That is a different thing. They have made sales or during that 3 hours time of the jewelry or gold. One man in Delhi, Noida, he made a sale of 660 crore of jewelry in 3 hours time. And each bill was of rupees 2 lakh, because you cannot take more than 2 lakh in cash. Each bill was of rupees 2 lakh. If you go for time and motion study, Amrit Kumar Gupta ji, you cannot issue so many bills in 660 crore and collect money also there in 3 hours time. So people have done so many things. They have deposited the money in the name of some other person. They have done so many things. They say, please give us the nature and source of this income. Even if you have reflected in your return of income, you have shown reflected. Show me the nature and source. If you're not able to prove, pay 77.25%. If you have not shown that, and it is determined by the AO, still pay tax at 77.25%, but also the penalty 6%, total 83.2. Is this clear to you? Why 150? Another point which they did, another mischief they brought. That mischief is very important. The mischief is they thought that if there is a loss in a particular head of income, you know though that loss can be set off from special income also. Like if there is a loss from house property, you can sell it set off from long-term capital gain or short-term capital gain. You can do it in the same year. You know that loss from one head can be set up from another head. Capital loss cannot be set up from other head. Capital loss can only be set up from capital gain, but loss from house property, business loss, or any other loss can be set up from capital gain. Now they realize that this 115 BB is also a special rate. And due to special rate, if there is a loss of any other head, they will be able to set up this loss from here. And they did not mention it under 115 BBE. So they amended by Finance Act 2018 with retrospective effect of 1st April 2017. Retrospective effect. Finance Act 2018 with retrospective of assessment year 17-18, they said they will also not be allowed to set up of losses. They will also not be allowed to set up the losses. ये उनका गलती है, लेकिन मरवा दिया हमको. So we are now in a very embarrassing situation during demonetization time. Pay 77.25%, even if you have shown that income, but you are not able to prove or establish the nature and source of income, or if you have not shown that income and AO has determined that income as per section 68, 69, 69A, B, C, D, then you have to pay tax at 77.25% plus surcharge, plus education penalty 10% of 60%, 6%. Is this clear now? Is this clear? Anybody not clear of this, CPG, AP Damaji? Is it clear what I am trying to explain and the reason of bringing this law? Why made from 30 to 60 suddenly and then surcharge 25% special rate so that it becomes negative? You know, because you will have to pay 77. So what is left with you? 22%. What is left with you? 22%. So you are in a bit. But this was done temporarily.
Sir, I want a small clarification.
Tell me.
Sir, under section 69A, that is unexplained money, it says where in any financial year the assessee is found to be owner of any money and all that is not recorded in the books of accounts, and the assessee offers no explanation. Most of the additions in demonetizations were made under section 69A.
It was made basically in 69, not
No,
69A.
In 69A, sir.
Oh, 69A money is only search case. Money
No,
found
sir.
During that.
No,
it is only search 69A. How did they find?
I don't know,
69, you have made investment in the bank. Okay, chaliye, 69A. Okay.
For demonetization, whatever I have recorded in my books as sales and I have deposited that amount in the bank.
Sir, it is not 69A.
They have done it in 69A, sir.
Oh, sir, they don't know the section. Somebody has written 68, somebody has written 69, somebody has written 69, and one assessment I've seen where written whichever section applicable. He said that. He said whichever section 69 to 69C applicable, I have done addition under that. Sir, they are great person, but quoting a wrong section does not mean that you are not liable. But you come out with your point. Come out with your point. Tell me. 69A,
yes, sir. So,
okay.
So can it be technically challenged, sir, that when it is not taxable under 69A, then where is the question of
quoting a wrong section does not make any difference.
Achha.
Because it is undisclosed. Quoting a wrong section not make, because this is the first time in the history I have seen demonetization cases, all jurisdictions have done in the similar manner. They have not asked any question. Whatever the money was deposited, it has been liable to, you have been asked to pay tax on that.
Correct.
All demonetization. Even if it is a sale and you have shown it as a sale, after showing it a sale, my dear, you have already shown net profit on that.
Correct, sir.
And they are taxed on net profit also. And they have also included the whole amount of sale. as
Whole
well.
amount, yeah, exactly.
Wonderful assessment done by them. Wonderful assessment done by them, because it was instructions were given that whatever is the money of demonetization, tax it. Tax it. Without realizing that if you have shown it as an income already and shown it a net profit, how can you do it double taxation? You will win the case, sir, in the tribunal, but only to the extent of profit shown by you. The rest you will have to pay. You will win, but the rest you will have to pay, let me tell you. All demonetization case, I told you, na, section wrongly done. These days also, they don't know the difference between 68, 16. 68 is only when you maintain books of account. 69 is when you don't maintain, or you may not maintain books of account.
Correct, sir.
69A is money when you are found in the books of account. Money when you are found in your possession. How would you find in your possession unless there is a search? How would you find in your possession unless there is a survey search? How can you find in their possession? It is wrong section they have used. It is 69. Investment not fully undisclosed investment. Tell us the source of this investment. Tell us the source of this investment. That is 69. You have put the money in the bank. Let's say 2 crore. Give us the source of this 2 crore. Or you have purchased some asset. Give us the source of this. The normal section should have been 69 or 68. If you are maintaining books of account, section would have been 68. If you are not maintaining books of account, section should have been 69. But they are great people. You also write, the learned AO has committed a mistake. I'm really surprised how is he learned about that. The learned AO has done this. The learned AO has done. He's so learned that he has applied a wrong section. 68, 69, 69A, 60, whatever he thinks, he has done it. Correct. But that is a second issue, sir, that you will win in the appeal only to the extent of the profit you have shown. Otherwise, there is nothing. You will be liable to pay tax. I'm assuring you. You will be liable to pay tax unless you are able to establish the nature and source of that income. If you are able to establish, I have no problem at all. But what I'm trying to explain, this was introduced because of demonetization. But what happened? Next year, I told them, sir, this was introduced for demonetization. Now bring down to that 30% which was there earlier. And the penalty, whatever there in 270A will be levied if it is there. Under 270A penalties are 200%. 200% under section 270A, section 8, it is 200%. Still it is 30 plus 60, 90%. I said they will, but they said nothing. But in the search case, it was only 10%. Now they have done it 30%. In the search case also, if you declared during the time of search, the penalty was 10%. Then during this amendment act, they raised the penalty from 10% to 30%. Whether you surrender during search or not, 30%. So minimum tax is 30 plus 30, 60%. In search case. The search case is still better than this 115 to BBE. Search case is still better. Now what to do? Now let me tell you, sir, whatever your name was, any survey which is done, let me tell you, you will be liable to pay 78% as tax during survey. Because now it is taxable at a special rate. Survey means you have declared something. Declared is undisclosed. Why did you declare if it is not undisclosed? You will file your return of income. When you surrendering your income, that means stock is undisclosed or cash is undisclosed. Something you have surrendered. If there is your regular income, then why did you disclose it? Why did you surrender it during the time of survey? So even in case of survey, the tax will be 78%. So why I am saying 78 now? 75 plus 4% now. Education sector. 78%. In the search case, it is not 78. But in the survey case, it is 78. So what is this? In the search case, if it is of the current year or last year, then it is 30 plus 30, 60. But if it is earlier year, then it comes to more than that. Then it could 90. But what I'm trying to explain, I went to them. He said that those people who have still the money lying with them are unblack because we are great. Sir, we are great. Let me tell you, sir, Riteshji and other people, let me tell you, 8th of November, sir, 8th of November 2016, that D-Day, the demonetization took place. Remember, 9th of November, my office was full of clients. Full, jam-packed office. Somebody came to my room. I have 10 lakh rupees with me. What should I do? Another came to my room. I have 50 lakh rupees with me. What to do? Third person came. I have 1 crore with me. Somebody came 2 crore. Somebody had 10 crore. And one gentleman came. I have 100 crore with me. I said, he's asked me, what should I do? I said, one question I asked him. When we were asking for fee, you were saying we don't have any money. There is no business going on. And where is this 10 crore, 100 crore? Where from this has come? Where from this has come? And we were asking for a fee of 50 or 1 lakh. And you are saying, no, we are not doing it. We don't have money to eat poison. हमारे पास तो जहर खाने के पैसे भी नहीं है. अरे तुम्हारे पास जहर खाने के पैसे नहीं है तो 100 करोड़ क्या जहर 100 करोड़ का जहर मिलता है क्या 10 करोड़ का जहर मिलता है? ये हमारे क्लाइंट्स है सर. वी बिलीव इन देम. हम उसकी सेवा करते हैं. बट दे डोंट टेल अस एनीथिंग. I said, go away from here. I don't want to entertain you. Because those days there were sting operations going on. I said, go away from here. They went away. They went away. Then what happened? After 10, 15 days, somebody comes to me. Sir, I said, okay. He was very happy. I said, what happened? Sir, done. I've got it done. I said, okay. I said, okay, very good. And you know what he says? Sir, आपने करवाना है, मैं करवा देता हूं. These are the people. These are our clients. हम उनका पैसा वाइट कराते थे 30% पे. और या भी. He is telling me, sir, you want it to be get it done? Sir, I've seen first time, Mr. Amrit Kumar, people paying 30% for converting black money into black. Black into black, 30%. Black into black. It is not white money, still black money. And somebody has bought a gold for 40,000, 45,000, 50,000, even 55,000. They must be very happy now because the gold price has gone up. They must be very happy now because gold price has gone up. But those who have paid 30%, they must be feeling very bad. And we should have also bought the gold. But what I'm trying to say, that gold is also black gold. It is not the gold which is in white. It is black gold. Although gold is golden, but we call it black gold or white gold. That is also white or black. So they told me, sir, still they have money converted into by paying 30%. Now they will declare that income. And we don't want them to declare. So that's why we will continue with this section for some more time. And there is no time limit now. It is continuing till to date. It is continuing till date. This is a draconian law which they made it. And now this is being used regularly by them, saying that your income is under 68, 69, 69A. You are not able to give us the nature and source. Even if you have reflected in your return of income, you are not given a nature or source. Or if you have not reflected a return of income, the AO has detected it. We will charge you tax of 78% plus penalty 10%. So they are happy now. They have no need to impose the taxes. It's still 78%. Penalty is later on. Penalty has to be initiated. Tax has to be paid there and then. The penalty takes time for initiation. Tax has to be paid there. And not only tax, sir. Interest will also be paid, will have to be paid. For not making payment of advance tax or TDS or any other thing. Interest will also have to be paid till the date of the... So my point is, now, कहते हैं ना हमारे यहाँ उसके मुंह में खून लग गया है. वो खून लग गया उनके मुंह में कि यार easily we are able to get 78%. So what is the need of bothering about that? Let them not give the nature and source. We will charge 78. Even if they don't show that income, if we are able to deduct, we will charge 78 plus 10%. So my point is, sir, this is a draconian law which has to go, but till date, it is still there on our textbook. It is still there in our act. And this is the difficulty which we are facing. And you all know, I need not tell you what is 68. 68, I have already told you. Now that they have already said, in the case of unlisted company shares, you receive share capital. You will have to give the source of the source also. Not only the source of the person who has given you the share capital, the person who got it from where. That source of source also you have to tell us. That is the point. Now, gone are the days of those penny stock, those share capital cases. You all know that. You are gone are the days. So be careful. Now it will be impossible for you to do such activity. So therefore, please be careful. Tell your client that if any hanky-panky thing is done by them, there will be a liability of minimum 78%. And if you don't declare that, it can go up to 78 plus 10% penalty, 84%. And after getting 84, giving 84%, what is left with you? What is left with you? So my point is, this is what is 115 BBE. Do you want to know anything? Otherwise, I can take up 271 AAD, and after completing 271 AAD, we can take up questions. Or if you wanted to take up question right now for 115 BBE, we can do it right now, and thereafter I'll take 271 AAD, so that you get the answer to your questions, and suddenly I come to 271 AAD. Choice is yours. The host will tell, Ritesh will tell what kind of question to be taken, now or later on.
Sir, you
Yes, sir.
can.
We can take 2-3 questions, sir.
Sir,
Haan ji, Ramdev ji.
questions can be taken up later, sir.
Okay. Now
Check it.
let us come to another draconian law. It is not draconian. It is created by us. Mr. Ramdev, 60,000 rupees, 60,000 crore rupees input credit has been taken where there has been no supply of goods at all. 60,000 crore. Detection is there that there falls a sale, falls purchase. There is a purchase, there is a bill, but there is no supply of goods. You know that B2B, B2C. The material has been sold to C, that is consumer. No bill is issued to them, and the bill has been issued to some other customer, B2B, and they have shared the input. They have shared the GST. The rate of GST is 18%, 9% the seller has taken, 9% the buyer has taken. And 60,000 crore rupees input credit has been taken without there being any supply of goods to the buyer. Without supply of goods. Now, is it desirable? Tell me one thing. Is it desirable that you are taking bogus bills, you are making bogus entry, you are omitting entry? Now, this is computer age. Ramdevji, 360-degree profile has been made for everybody. 360-degree profile. When we were making the law, try to listen properly. When we were making the law, they said we have made 360-degree profile for every SSC. I said, show me. He said, tell me your PAN number. I gave them my PAN number. On the screen, first screen was my name, my address, my PAN number, my details, my jurisdiction, etc. Second screen, what was my assessment? Is there any assessment proceeding pending? Is there any refund due? Is there any tax due? All those details were there. I said, these details you otherwise have. Third screen, they showed me how many bank accounts I have. How many bank accounts in India I have. The complete detail of those number of the bank account. With 31st March balance they had with them. Bank account detail. Next screen, how many FDR, fixed deposit I have in the bank. Complete detail of FDR. I said that you must have taken from 26 AS because in 26 year TDS been deducted. So therefore this information is collected. He says, wait, those FDR where the TDS is not deducted, we get the detail for there also. The return is filed for that. And they gave me the detail of that also. Next thing, how many shares I own. The complete detail of all the shares were with them. The complete detail. Next screen, how many mutual fund investment I have. The complete detail of the mutual fund investment they had within my screen. I saw one that did in detail. There was one mutual fund of rupees 2 lakh, which I also did not know. They knew it, and I also did not know. I said, yeah, what is this? I don't have a record of this. I noted down that. Later on realized about 25 years back, I have deposited a small amount in UTI, and that was growth scheme. And I changed my address, and that time Gmail was not there, and address was there. They might be writing on my address. I was not getting any correspondence, so I did not realize that 5,000 or 10,000 rupees has grown into 2 lakh rupees. Next day I went to the UTI. I got rupees 2 lakh rupees in that way. Thank you to the income tax department for the kind heart shown to me. So I want to. The next thing they showed me, Ramdev ji, how many foreign travel I have done during the previous year. Complete detail of my foreign travel. Complete detail of my foreign travel. He said, I will give you one more information. What is that? About you. In the inland travel. I said, what is this inland travel? Do you keep a record of inland travel? He says, normally not. But if there is a very frequent traveler, we do give a detail. I said, show me. I had traveled 248 times in the previous year. 124 times going from Delhi to other places and 124 times coming back to Delhi. 248 time travel. He says, so much travel by you. What are you doing? I said, I go and deliver lecture. I have never spent a single penny on myself. The ticket is sent by Ramdev ji. The stay is arranged by him. The lecture is delivered and I come back. I don't spend any money. Even Hyderabad branch, this branch, that branch. He said, we are not concerned. But did you travel this much time? I said, I might have. Give me the detail so that I may also get CP hours for that. Because CP hours also you get for that. I said, let me take the CP hours also for that. Complete detail. Sir, they had complete detail my all assets and liabilities. Because if you have a return of income more than 50 lakh, you give you the assets and liabilities also. Everything was with them. I just, by the way, I asked the question. Sir, I booked a ticket from Delhi to New York to Delhi. But I traveled from New York to many other places in US. How would you come to know that? He said, I need not know. I said, then how do you come to know? He said, you will tell me how do you come to know. I said, how? He says, you go to Las Vegas, you go to California, you go to other places, and you have a photograph, and you put it on the Facebook, and we say we like it. We say we like it. And they have noted down from the Facebook that you have traveled to this place, you have traveled to this place. Sir, the ladies of this country on a wedding day, full of jewelry, an excellent dress, and they put it in the Facebook next day. They say we like it more. They are noting down what you have with you, how many, whatever jewelry, whatever diamond you are wearing, whatever pearls you are wearing. They have the details of that. Sir, their information is very strong. There is financial intelligence unit which gives you the complete information. Sir, now you are told even GST information will be there on 26 years. Even donation will be on 26 years. You wait for some time. Even capital gain will be automatically calculated on 26 years. These days, what are they doing? You know that? You get a letter that you have done this transaction. This is for your information. Do you have any comment to make? You know what is this? Amritji or Ramdevji, you know what is this? Why you are getting this information? Earlier, they never used to tell them, they never used to tell that we have information with us. And they used to issue later on 148. Now, they said, we are giving you in advance that you have done this transaction. And if you have not shown that as income, kindly file revised return. Kindly file revised return. This is the indication given to you. We don't want any, what you call any litigation. We have told you that we have information. हमें मालूम है आपने क्या किया है. ठीक कर लो, नहीं तो फंस जाओगे. ये जो आपने डेट एक्सटेंड देखा ना, the date has been extended from 30th September to 30th November for assessment year 1920. This has not been done on your request. They have done it intentionally. They want to issue more information like this so that you have been told, look here, if you have missed anything, file the revised return by 30th November. So it is in their interest, Ashok ji. It is not in the interest of you. You are feeling very happy that they have extended the date from 30th September to 30th November so that we are relaxed now. Sir, you are not relaxed. Now your client will be getting lot of information from financial intelligence unit and will say that you have carried on this transaction, and they will keep quiet. Any comment to make, they will keep quiet. Now you know that the department knows about you. You will have to revise your return. Otherwise, you will be put into difficulty. So now the new system, their financial intelligence unit is very strong. Sir, मैं आपको बता दूं, 360-degree profile है. Tell your client, now there is no chance to escape. This is computer age. And let me tell you one more warning I'm giving you. We are all chartered accountants sitting here, maybe some lawyers also. But let me warn you, if there is a search of any client, the CA office will be surveyed. There will be a definitely survey of his chartered accountant. This is the internal instruction. They will survey the CA office. They will not say anything to you. They will catch hold of your computer. They will catch hold of your laptop. Everything is given there. Everything. Nothing can be deleted. Everything can be retrieved. You know that? They will just see what kind of a deletion you have done. Then they will ask you a question. Why did you delete it? At the time of filing return of income, also you change income. At the time of finalizing the balance sheet also, or profit and loss also, you change many incomes. They will ask you, and not for you, for others also. आपको बता दूं, your computer में बारूद है, बारूद. It's full of entry. You know, you said it cannot be read. Ria Chakravarti, all those deleted messages have come back. You know that the recent case, all the deleted messages, nothing can be deleted. Everything can be retrieved. So, my dear sir, we have really worked very hard for becoming a chartered accountant. And we have not worked so hard to do wrong things. We have to now change ourselves. We have worked hard, we have learned a lot, and we cannot go for hanky-panky things. Tell your client, thank you very much. We are not going to do that. Because मैं तो कहता हूं, मैं तो 100 चूहे खा के हज को चला गया हूं. मैंने 100 चूहे खा लिए हैं, अब मैं हज को चला गया हूं. हो सकता मैंने गलतियां करी हैं, लेकिन अब नहीं करूंगा. कान पकड़ लिए, अब नहीं करूंगा. At this age, if my license or certificate of practice is cancelled, or if any action is taken against me, what kind of a reputation I'll carry? I will better not earn less, but I will not go for this thing. और मैं औरों को भी कह रहा हूं, वैसे आप भी छोड़ दो, लेकिन अगर आपने रितेश जी अगर 98 चूहे खाए हैं तो 2 और खा लेना, इसके बाद आप भी छोड़ देना. आप भी छोड़ देना. No chance of doing anything. Sir, change yourself. Change. Now everything is available with them. And that's why 271 AAD, and now I'm coming. I have taken so much time to explain to you, but now listen to me. What is section 271 AAD? Sir, listen to me carefully. Subject to other provisions of the Income Tax Act. Means this penalty has nothing to do with other kind of penalty or any other thing. Subject to other provision. That will be, it is not written notwithstanding. It is written subject to the other provisions of the Income Tax Act. Under the other provision Income Tax Act, in section 270A, subsection 8, there is a penalty of 200%. That penalty will be there, 200%. That penalty will be there. But subject to other provisions of the Income Tax Act, if it is found in the books of accounts maintained by the SSC that in the books of account maintained by that it is found that in the case of a person there is a false entry. There is a false entry, or there is a omission of an entry which is relevant for computation of total income, and you have omitted to evade the tax liability. Then the AO, during the course of this proceeding, you will be liable for a penalty which shall be equal to the amount of the false entry or the omitted entry found in your books of account. Are you noticing my point? That there are books of accounts you are maintaining. And in the course of the proceeding, there is a false entry found in the books of account in the course of proceeding, or there is an omission of an entry. There was an income which you have not shown. There was a sale which you have not shown. There is an income which you have not shown. There is an omission of an entry which is for relevant for the purpose of computation of income, and you have evaded the liability. To evade the liability, like there is a house which is lying vacant. It is deemed to be let out. So you have omitted an entry of the income. You have omitted the entry of the income. But it should be in your books of account. If it is books of account, then only. If there is no books of account, then this is not there. So in the course of the proceeding, in the books of accounts maintained by you, there is an entry, there is a false entry, or there is a omission of an entry. There is an omission of an entry. You have omitted an entry which was relevant for computation of total income, and you have omitted this entry to evade the tax liability. Then the AO shall levy you a penalty which will be equal to the total amount of the false entry. Is this clear, sir? What is false entry? I'll tell you. Omission I have told you. Then now subsection 2, 271AA subsection 2, subject to the provisions of subsection 1. Subsection 1, who will be liable for penalty? Who will be liable for penalty in subsection 1? The person in whose books of account there is a false entry. And person in whose books of account there is a false entry or there is an omission of entry. But now see section 271AA subsection 2, subject to the provisions of subsection 1. If there is a person who causes the above said person to do a false entry or to omit an entry in the books of account, then that person shall also be liable for a penalty of the sum equal to the amount of the false entry or the amount of the omitted entry. Now, if there is a false entry, some bogus bill or some bogus entry, some bogus expenditure, my client will say, sir, I don't know anything. My chartered accountant told me this is the, and he got me done. So, my dear sir, the chartered accountant will also be liable for a penalty of 100% of the so much amount. So, who causes is to make? It is chartered accountant or the accountant who says, so if you are getting him some wrong bill or you have told him, don't bother, don't show this income. And he says, sir, my chartered accountant told me. Then you are also liable. Somebody, young man said, sir, how would they come to know that I told him? My client, I will say my client is telling a lie. I have not told him. He said, sir, client will say you have done it. Now, initiation of penalty will be done against you also. Now, you keep on challenging. Keep on challenging. Mr. Amrit, when 143(2) notice comes now of the client, he comes to me. I said, don't worry, go. I'm there. Don't worry. Main hu na, jao. But if my 143 notice comes, my case 143, you will not be able to sleep for 1 or 2 days. Why notice? Because you know everything about yourself. Oh, my case has been selected for scrutiny. Something is there. So my point is, sir, it is very easy tell, but when notice is issued to me, you will have tough time to face that notice. And you will be also bothered about your disciplinary action by the Institute of Chartered Accountant of India. So please, for God's sake, do not involve yourself in these false entry or omission of an entry. If you do it, you can have it. Then they have given an explanation. False entry means that use or intention to use falsified or forged document, which is like false invoice or in general, the false evidentiary evidence. This is false entry. Or there is a bill, but there is no supply in there of goods or service. Bill of goods is there. Bill of service is there, but there is no supply of goods or there is no supply of service. People take service bill also, bogus bill they can take. They say no supply of goods, no supply. And third case, the person who gives the bill or person has or who have taken the bill, he does not exist. So there is a bogus billing. Bogus. People have printed the bill invoice book and they are issuing bill. The GST also printed on that and they are giving you the bill. This is called false entry. False entry starts from that there is a false invoice. There is forged document. There is falsified document. There is falsified documentary evidence. There is entry done by you in for your books of account for an expenditure. You have been told to produce the evidence of that expenditure, and that is a false bill, false expenditure, false bill, bogus bill, or false expenditure, or bogus expenditure. So how much penalty? 100%. First, the expenditure will be disallowed, and you pay tax on that income, and secondly, penalty, and third, 270 AA, 200%. That is a separate thing. That 270 AA is separate under 200%. This will be 100% penalty, and not only on the client, but also fill in the blanks. But also fill in the blanks who causes him to make that entry. I said fill in the blanks who causes him to make that entry. Sir Ramdev ji, this is 271 AAT. Draconian law. Why made? Because we do draconian activities. We do such type of activities, then you are not going to be spared. So with folded hand, I'm telling you, do not advise your client to go for these forced bills. If he does it, I don't know. Because Form 3CD you have to fill up. You have to justify it that you are not aware of this. Because Form 3CD, a lot of information comes there. You have to justify that मुझे नहीं पता ये बिल बोगस है. मेरे को तो देखा स्टॉक रजिस्टर में चढ़ा हुआ था, बिल उधर चढ़ा हुआ है, अपना रजिस्टर में है, इशू मटेरियल इशू में भी डाला हुआ है. How do I know? Are you getting my point? You have to be very careful yourself also. There may be a false bill. वैसे तो हमें पता होता था पहले ये फॉल्स है, लेकिन हम कहते होगा मुझे क्या लेना देना, मरेगा तो ये, लेकिन अब तो मैं भी मर जाऊंगा अगर बाद में प्रूव हो गया तो कि मैंने करवाया है, कि मैंने ही करवाया है या इसने कहा था ऐसे कर लो. So my point is you have to be very careful. If tell your client that you will be responsible. I am not going to do you anything like that. I am not going to spare you. You, if you are caught, you will be responsible. I am not. And you can take up that you will verify and see to it that you don't involve yourself in that activity. I'm telling you. But they are going to be serious because this has started only from 1st April 20, previous year 2021. अभी तो शुरू ही हुआ है, आगे आगे देखिए होता क्या है, अभी तो शुरू ही कहाँ हुआ है. You wait and watch what kind of a difficulty we are going to face and the clients are doing. मुझे मालूम है कुछ तो करना पड़ता है मजबूरी की वजह से, क्योंकि अगर आपने इतने हमारे पार्टनर हैं उनको कुछ पैसा देना है तो कहां से निकालेंगे? From where you will get that money to be paid to them? Either bogus bill or bogus expenditure. How would you crack out the money? That is the difficulty the client says. I am not concerned. He said, I have so many partners. The police is my partner. The GST people are my partner. Income tax department is my partner. Even the pollution department is my partner. Their fire department is also my partner. The local authority municipality is my partner. Everybody, house tax people are my partner. They're all my partners. First we earn for them and then we earn for ourselves. He is right, but I am not the partner. I take only my fees. So don't make me a partner. I give you job, work, and you give me the money. But please, for God's sake, you want to take risk, please do that risk. तभी तो मैं बोलता हूँ, we are not fit for, Rakesh ji, we are not fit for doing any business. We can't do business. We can't do business. क्योंकि हम तो पहले सोच लेते हैं ये रिस्क इन्वॉल्व होगा, ये पेनल्टी लग जाएगी, ये प्रोसिक्यूशन हो जाएगा, मेरे बस का नहीं है. वो तो कर आते हैं और फिर हमारे पास आते हैं, सर बचा लो. हम क्या हैं? बिजनेस सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर. वी आर बिजनेस सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर. वी कांट डू बिजनेस आवरसेल्फ, बट वी प्रोवाइड सोल्यूशन to the person who are carrying on business. But please Be careful now. Be careful, because I have to save my skin first if I have to be there here. I'm telling you. And now during the course of faceless assessment, you know that now only the person who has knowledge, he will be able to survive. The others will not be. वो गया connection. मैं हूं ना, अब मैं हूं ना ही होगा. No question, sir. No question. It is faceless. So thank you very much. अब question पूछिए. Do whatever you want to ask. Ask me.
Sir, I'm Leela Krishna. Sir,
बोलिए, बोलिए.
271 they are saying 271 equivalent to the amount of the missing entry.
100% हो गया ना the amount of the false entry, one or more than one. 100% penalty. 100% of the amount of that false entry.
No, it's not the tax of not the tax. The amount. Suppose 1 crore
It's
is
not the
wrong.
tax, it's the penalty. Tax or other provisions of the Income Tax Act. Other provisions. Other provision means that purchases will be disallowed, expenditure will be disallowed, your income will go up, you will pay tax on that, then you will pay penalty under 270 for penalty of 200% under 270A subsection 8, 200%.
Yes.
Oh, that is different. That will
Yes.
also be levied.
Yes, yes.
Sir, वो तो घर से लाना पड़ेगा. 30A, 60% penalty, 90% plus interest. ये तो वो ले जाएंगे और साथ में कहेंगे 100% पेनल्टी भी दे दे, ये वाली तो घर से ही लाना पड़ेगा. वो कहता मुझे जेल में ही भेज दो, मेरे पर रहा कहाँ है, मेरे पर तो है ही कुछ नहीं. तो ये तो घर से ही लाना पड़ेगा आपको. 100 से भी ज्यादा बनेगा, more than 100%.
That's what.
हाँ जी.
So if 1 crore is the entry, so apart from all the taxes, penalties and all, again this 1 crore.
Yes, this is in addition to all. This is in
Very
addition to the normal provisions.
Very draconian.
Now feeling happy, na?
Thank you.
Chaliye,
Sir.
next one. Any other?
It is not possible to withdraw that one. But then
Any other person who wants to ask a question one at a time?
Voice is not clear, sir. One at a time. One at a time. Voice is not clear.
Yeah. Next question.
Mitesh, you tell the name. When you are unmuting him, tell the name.
Sir,
Unmute him and tell me.
Sir, this is Nagesh, sir. Sir, shall we take any undertaking letter, any letter from the client before filing of the return? I have submitted this information as per information only auditor has filed like this. Shall we take any letter from them, sir?
Sir, my point is, you may take a letter, but you are also supposed to do checking.
Yes.
You have to do audit, tax. You have take it. I have test checked the things. During the course of test check, nothing of that sort is found. And I have also taken that there is no such entry. But then you will be saved. You will be saved. Otherwise, he is not going to be spared. He is not going to be spared. You may be saved. That's all. He will not give you. He will not give you. Because 90% तो आप ही ने दिलवाया था.
Otherwise, won't file, sir, return, sir.
मैं कुछ बोल नहीं रहा. 90% तो आप ही ने हेल्प करके दिलवाया था. आप ही ने तो मुझसे बुलवाया था कि उससे ले लो.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, in other case of other person, who will levy the penalty, sir?
Same. AO. It is all AO to levy the penalty. No anybody else. AO to levy the penalty.
No, in my assessment, it is found that other person, that CA suppose, he has
causes. अरे आप लिखिए ना, the AO is supposed to give him the notice that you are involved in this also. So why can't we levy penalty on you? The word used in 270 is the assessing officer in the course of proceeding, and he will do he will do the good job. He will do the good job. Don't worry.
No, what I'm saying is, sir, in my case, that information will be passed on to the CA officer.
Wait. You have given the entry. Your books is entry, and he said this man has given done this. Okay. Then the person who has given the rate, his AO will also charge. They will inform his AO also. He has issued the bogus bill. This AO will also be also said he has given the bogus bill. That is a different issue altogether.
Yes, yeah.
Next question, who wants to ask? They can unmute themselves and ask the question. One at a time, please.
Sir, this 60% tax was brought in between, and from one, as you rightly said, sir, from 1/4/16, with that they can bring like that, sir, retrospectively.
What is there? Where it is retrospect, sir? It is brought from assessment year 271/18 by the Tax Law Amendment Act 2016. Oh, it is not retrospective.
No,
It is
but I
not
have
same year they can levy. The same year they can levy. It is same year.
Yes.
So 16, 17. Right, so you are asking me today, it is already 4 years. Why didn't you file validity of the constitutionally valid of this? It is very easy to ask questions, sir. Nobody has bothered to go to the court of law saying that how can they do with retrospective effect? Till today, I have not seen any writ being filed or any SLP been filed on that. So saying is different. For this, just the sake of enjoyment, I say, sir, is it valid? Or if it is not valid, why didn't you go for the court of law? Why didn't somebody go and said in the court of law that this is constitutionally not valid? They have done retrospective amendment. Sir, don't tell me that. The government is capable of doing it. राम मंदिर बन गया, बाकी क्या रह गया? चलिए.
Sir.
Sir, survey na.
Hello.
हाँ जी, बोलिए please.
Sir, does the disallowance of business expenditure during assessment will it amount to false entry and it will attract?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Unless if it is intangible addition, it's different. Unless there is an intention that service has not been taken, that expense has not been incurred, and you are showing taken a bogus bill, then only it is. Then only you are taken a bogus bill. Then only. If he says that it is the cost is higher or that is not, then it is not that. If it is a bogus bill, then only false entry. Then only. If they are able to prove.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Sir,
I have one doubt, sir. Can I tell?
Sure.
Yeah, sir. Thing is, as per the provisions of the Income Tax Act, subject to the limits of the Act, can we file 8% or 6%? Then also these applicable, sir. Suppose turnover, depending on the turnover.
Turnover is
suppose
less than 2 crore, then you are not maintaining books of account. Where is the possibility of 271 AD? We are not maintaining books of account, my dear. If you are 44 AD or 44 AE or 44 ADA, where is the books of accounts? If you are able to show that amount, so therefore there is no books of account. There is no question of 271 AD. 271 AD, it comes only when it is a books of account maintained by you. And you tell them we have not maintained books of account, so there is no question. No question.
Yeah, 8%. If you declare 8% or 6%, need not to maintain books.
Minimum. Sir, 8 is the minimum.
Minimum.
Tell me 8. If it is 40, you have to show 40. If it is 80, you have to show 80%. 8 is the minimum. It is not the maximum.
My doubt is, suppose beyond subject to the section only 44 AD, 44 ADA. Suppose if you follow the rule, we need not to maintain any books.
No. You don't have to maintain any books of account. That's why you are not maintaining books of account. There is no question of 271 AD.
Okay, thank you.
There is no question. 43 is also not applicable. The 10,000 rupees payment, that is also not applicable, sir, because you are not maintaining books of account. No question of it is notwithstanding anything contained under section 28 to 43C. So nothing is applicable. And here, no question when you are not maintaining books of account.
Sir, income tax survey. Sir, income tax survey comes under 68, 69.
Yes. Why did you surrender? That means it is undisclosed.
Sir,
why did you surrender?
Sir, it is an excess stock found at the time of survey.
Excess stock means undisclosed, that you have not accounted for. Sir, excess is undisclosed. You have bought the stock without bill. No. Surrender is undisclosed.
Sir, assessing officer says that it is a business income. It is lot of litigation, sir.
Gone are the days. Assessing officer is much knowledgeable than you are. They are learned assessing officer. They have taken you with the assurance that you will charge 30%. Then I was told this. I told them, how can you? Then I went to the chairman. Chairman also said 30%. Then after 1 hour, he says, you're right, it will be 78%. Sir, they are wrong, and they are now charging 78%. Initially, they also, they don't read also, sir. If we don't read, they also don't read the law. And then they suddenly realize the mistake has been committed. It is 78, mind it. It is not business income, not at all, because you are surrendering. If you don't surrender, then only you can say it is business income or anything. So don't surrender. And there is no survey complete without surrender.
Next participant who want to ask the question, kindly unmute yourself and ask it.
Chat में एक question है रितेश. Chat में एक question है.
Yes, sir. I'll read it then. Yeah, a CA has attested the financials but omitted to identify the wrong entries in books. Whether the CA is liable for penalty during the assessment proceedings.
Sir, if there is no intentional, so there is no problem. If you have not caused it to be done, there is no problem. You have to establish that I made a check and I did not find any, and you are not involved. The client may say anything, but otherwise he will not be liable. He will not be liable unless you have some involvement in that, or it is in your knowledge, and you have made him to do that entry.
Yes, sir. There's a next question from Janardhan Rao. SSC turnover exceeds tax audit limit, but entries in the books are not supported by proper bills. Auditor wants to reject books and estimates the income and qualify 3CD.
Auditor, nahi, AO wants to reject. How can auditor reject the books of account?
He has written auditor. Okay, then.
AO can reject the books of account. Auditor can give you only qualification. How can auditor can reject books of account? I have no right to reject. I can only give qualification. It is AO who has to reject the books of account and make do the entry. Tell me. Better he rejects the books of account. So there is no false entry there. If he rejected, there is no false entry. The books of accounts are not there. I'm happy. Let him reject the books of account. It is much better.
Yes.
But sir, gone are the days. Now it is faceless assessment. वो तो हम करवा लेते थे, अब नहीं कर सकते. Now it is faceless. Gone are the days that he will say this or I will say this, or I will tell him do this thing or he will tell me do this thing. He or she gone. It is now faceless.
Yes, sir. Any other question? The participant.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I have one more doubt, sir, please. If it is a profession like doctor, they have taxable income, it's tax audit. But one question is there, if they declare 50% of income, then these will not applicable, no, sir? That's a tax audit.
Provided if gross does not exceed 50 lakh.
Yeah, more than 50 lakhs. Say suppose.
And more than 50 lakh, how can you come under 44 ADA? No. You can come under 44 ADA only it is up to 50 lakh. Otherwise, you have to maintain books of accounts. You have to maintain and maintain vouchers and everything. No.
Okay. If you cross 50 lakh turnover.
Pardon me?
But for that, 50% you need to declare, no, sir? 50%.
No, you may declare 10% if you are able to give the expenditure. Why? Where is the return? It is 50. 50 is without maintaining books of account.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Sir, one more question from Prashant Agarwal, if I may be allowed.
Please.
So while doing tax audit of a professional whose income exceeds 50 lakhs, and he has other income also from bank interest and rental income and some capital gains from the sale of mutual funds, are all these incomes to be included while doing tax audit? And will his books of accounts from business and profession also include these other non-business or non-professional incomes?
If they have recorded in the books of account, you have to do it. If it is not recorded in the books of account, you need not do it. Where is the point? You do only books of accounts. I have a personal my house property. I have not brought in my firm, sole proprietary firm. So where is the need of doing the tax audit for that? The tax audit is only for that profession. And if I'm not including my profession and rental income, and it is a separate property, it is not in my balance sheet, how can they do it? No, you don't have to do it. It's only for that, for which you are there, which are the entries are there in the books, which is not required to be maintained, for which books of account are not required to be maintained. That is not to be audited, not to be audited, unless you yourself include it.
And he's not supposed to include these incomes in his books of accounts, non-professional income.
Nahi hai. He wants, he can. If he doesn't want, he may not.
Okay, thanks a lot.
He can show his asset in the. He can show the house property as his asset. Then what can I do? If he doesn't want to show his asset, so he can show his investment in the balance sheet. He may not show his investment in the balance sheet. Why should you show? I am not showing. I'm only professional income I'm showing in my profit and loss account. The other income I never show. Interest income, house property income, capital gain, I don't show. Why should I show? Where it is required, it is only in the case of a firm or a company it is required. For a personal, so I can have my personal account, I can have my professional account separate. No problem. No problem.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Tell me.
Please go ahead, Prakash bhai.
In this process.
Prakash ji bhi aa gaya.
Sir.
So please tell me.
Sir, in this process, we can make two balance sheet and show different balance sheet in.
Your voice, please be louder. Be louder. You probably bring the mic before you.
Sir, I am audible, sir, now?
No, tell me.
Sir, in this process, we can make two balance sheet and we can show in income tax returns as two balance sheet, one for professional and one for other things like agriculture.
Where is the requirement of showing balance sheet? Where is the requirement to give a furnishing balance sheet? The balance sheet is required to be published only for the business or profession. Where is the requirement of giving balance sheet for others? Where is the requirement? There is no requirement. The requirement is only for profession or business. So why do you want to prepare? You keep it in your home, statement of affairs. You cannot file along with the return of income. You cannot.
Okay.
You will only file.
Income above 50 lakhs.
Still, you don't have to file. It's all above 50 lakh. You have to show assets and liability. You don't have to file any balance sheet. You don't have to file any profit and loss account. The profit and loss account or balance sheet is only for business which you are carrying on or a profession which you are carrying on. Not for house property income, not for my investment income, not for my capital gain, unless I want to bring it in my one balance sheet. You can't have two balance sheet. ये उनको पुरानी आदतें पड़ी हुई हैं, एक नंबर 2 की बैलेंस शीट, एक नंबर 1 की बैलेंस शीट.
नहीं सर, दोनों भी नंबर
बैलेंस शीट एक. नो सर, नहीं है, ऐसा कोई सिस्टम नहीं है. हम पहले भी क्या करते थे, इंडिविजुअल बैलेंस शीट बनाया करता था, बिजनेस इनकम भी नहीं है और वो फाइल कर देते थे. देयर इज नो रिक्वायरमेंट, देयर इज नो वे यू कैन फाइल इट. There is no way you can file, no document to be attached. It is only to be incorporated in that return of income, your profit and loss and balance sheet. Where is the requirement of furnishing paper along with that? There is no paper to be furnished along with anything. So where is the requirement of filing balance sheet? Where will you show that balance sheet? In the return. It is only one balance sheet. That is your business balance sheet, nothing else. Individual cannot have 3 balance sheets. It is only one. No question. No, sir, no.
Sir,
you have to merge everything and show it.
Sir, this will be applicable even if he maintains one single bank account for both his professional and non-professional income.
Then you have to incorporate everything in your balance sheet. You have to incorporate everything in your account. Then you are maintaining only one account and you are doing for professional as well as your income personal. Then show in the accounts book. You will have to then maintain. You have to maintain the books of account. If you are not covered under 44 ADA or 44 AD or 44 AE, then you have to maintain books of account. And a businessman has to maintain books of account only when his total income exceeds 1,20,000 or 10 lakh for individual HUF, 2,50,000 and sale 25 lakh. You have to maintain books of account under 44 AA. I can't help it. You have to maintain books of account then.
Yes, sir. Sorry for the repeat question. Books of accounts have to be maintained, sir. But if will he still show his non-professional income in the books of accounts?
Sir, are you maintaining one account? Then you will have to show. If I am maintaining my separate account, sir, my balance sheet for my profession is only 3 lakh rupees assets and liabilities. Whatever is my capital is only 3 lakh. There are the assets only 3 lakh. Whatever I earn, I withdraw and put it in my personal account. And whatever I withdraw, they feel that it is a drawing. It is not drawing. I'm putting in my other account. Why should I show other account? It is only my professional income. So my professional balance sheet is only 3 lakh rupees. Asset 3 lakh, वही computer वगैरह है, और 3 lakh capital. The rest is not there in my balance sheet. I'm a very poor man, or maybe earning lakhs of rupees, but I withdraw as drawing and take it to my personal account and put it in FDR or whatever may be. I don't show in my personal balance sheet. उसकी नजर में क्यों पड़े कि मैं बहुत अमीर हूं? हम तो निकाल देते ड्राइंग्स. वो अलग बात है, 50 से ऊपर जाता तो I have to show my personal assets and liabilities, but that is shown at cost. Personal assets and liability, if your return is more than 50 lakh, that I'm showing.
Sir, a small clarification, sir. Can I go ahead, sir?
Please.
Sir, right now, taking it further, I have got a proprietary concern. From there, I pay my rent, house rent, and I debit it to my capital account as drawings.
Where is the need of a balance sheet then for that? You have debited to yourself, khatam, it is drawing.
No, it is paid from my proprietary concern and debited to my capital account as
so
drawing.
That's right. That means it is not part of the profit and loss account, my dear.
No, sir, but capital account I have to furnish.
So it doesn't matter. How does it matter? It is drawings. That's all. It is drawings. You give a detail of the capital or holding capital plus profit minus drawing.
No, sir. He is paying rent above 50,000 and he is not deducting TDS.
That is the now you are coming out with something different. Yeah, please. You are trying to put first a question and then you are explaining the whole thing. If it is not a business expense, then 50,000 you have to deduct TDS. Then why do you want to tell me that? That is a different story altogether.
No, if it doesn't deduct, then shall I have to report in my tax audit report?
Yes, the 194 1B. Because आपने डिटेल दिया, उसने TDS नहीं डिडक्ट किया, आपने तो उसकी TD की रिपोर्ट है, but because you have come to know about that information through the balance sheet, otherwise you would not have shown, because it is going from the account of the profession, then you should show, otherwise no need. Although you are not claiming it as expenditure, but this is another liability of deducting TDS. Of 50,000 rupees per month if it is making a payment. But that has to be deducted only at the end of the year, not in the beginning of the year, not every month. Where is the question of deducting every month? That is only at the end of the year.
So there is one question in the chat box, sir. I'll just from K. Surya Narayana. Whether only interest is applicable for delayed tax payments in case of 44 AD, ADA or penalty is also applicable under section 271.
For 44 AD, where is the penalty? You are shown 8% of that. But if your income comes to more than 8%, that is a different thing. For other information you are having. So where is the penalty? I don't understand. You have shown 8%. You are not maintaining books of account unless they ask for your bank account. And in bank account, they find out certain entries. Otherwise, books so is because bank account is not a book of account. They can always ask for bank account. They can ask for your fund flow. What have the investment you have made during the year? That they can ask. Otherwise, only during the time of assessment, not otherwise. During the time of assessment, they can ask for it. What is the source of this investment? They can definitely ask. Why not?
Yes, sir. So there is one more question, sir. Good evening, sir. My query is the tax under 115 BBE is 78%, and will there be interest under section 234B and 234C?
Why not? Why not if you have not paid tax? Of course, yes. Why not?
Yes.
Interest will be payable by you. You have not paid advance tax. You have not paid advance tax. You have not paid self-assessment tax. Interest will be payable by you.
Yes.
Certainly.
278.
Even 234C.
And again, 10% interest under section 270A continuing.
What 10%?
Yeah. And will there be separate interest under section 234B and C separately? And again, 10% interest under section 270A.
270A में कोई 10% चीज ही नहीं है. 270A में तो penalty है 50%. Where is the 10%? 271AA is a different thing. That is a different thing. What I am talking about, where is the 10%? I have not seen anywhere. 10% is only under 271AA.
Next
That
question.
10% is 68, 69, 69 A, B, C, D. That is 10% of 68 to 69D. If there is any in books of account, it is found, or that is the penalty for undisclosed income.
Yes, sir. Next question
78
is
plus 6%, 84. Yes, that will be there. 271 double AC.
okay. Next question is case was filed with CITA for demonetization receipts. CITA may not accept, as you said. What is the recourse with tribunal?
The recourse is the trip. Oh, this is the case of a fact. How do I know what kind of a deposit you have done? How did you manage this? Or what is the source? That you will have to tell me, and then you have to go to ITAT. I don't know where from the money came. You have to tell me from where the money came. You have deposited it, but you must have shown that's income or not shown as income. You may have shown a gift. You may have shown many other things. How do I know what kind of entry you have done?
Yes, sir. Next question is valuation of stock difference in survey section 130.
I told you it
133A.
is going to be 78%.
Okay.
Come what may, because it is not disclosed. The stock in trade, there is a difference. It is undisclosed.
Okay. Income tax survey conducted, whether business income. Okay, fair enough. Business income or undisclosed?
No question of business income now.
Okay.
It is 68, 69, 69A. No question of business income.
Yes. Next from CA Hanmantlu, SSC liable for tax audit, not willing to get accounts tax audited. He is ready to pay penalty. What is the consequence?
What is the consequence? He is liable for penalty, that's all. There is the consequence. And no other consequence. And then scrutiny may come. And when the scrutiny comes, they will ask, because he is not doing it, what can I do? The maximum. Let me tell you, sir. Riteshji, let me tell you a story.
Yes, sir.
Earlier, for professional, the limit was 10 lakh. Remember, at one time, tax audit limit was 10 lakh. One day I get a call from department, and we have a separate CA jurisdiction, what you call, range for that. I get a call from the income tax officer. Sir, I want to meet you. I said, what happened? Sir, I want to discuss something with you. Can I come? I said, why nahi, you don't come, I'll come. Because when they come, there is a lot of problem. I said, I'll come, myself. I went to him. He told me, sir, he brought two, three balance sheet before me, an income and expenditure account of 3 chartered accountants. In one case, the amount was 10,50,000 and he did not get his accounts audited. Another case, the amount was 11 lakh gross receipt. He did not get his accounts audited. And third case, it was 12 lakh. He says they are a chartered accountant. They know that it has to be good and they have not done it. What kind of a chartered accountant they are? I kept quiet. I was really surprised that chartered accountant does not know that it is about 10 lakh. But I kept quiet. I said, what will you do? He said, I will issue notice under 143.2. I said, what is this 143.2? That is a scrutiny notice. If you have not got the tax audit done, you can issue a notice for penalty under not getting the audit done. But what is 143.2? That is a scrutiny notice. It has nothing to do with the tax audit. मैंने कहा आपको भी कुछ नहीं पता है, उसको नहीं पता तो आपको क्या पता है? फिर मुझे कहता क्या है? मैंने कहा सर, they are very intelligent people. He said, how are they intelligent? I said, please, on 11 lakh, how much will be the penalty? He said 55,000. I said, calculate again. It is 5,500. They thought the maximum penalty is 5,500. So if I get my accounts sorted, another chartered accountant, I will have to tell them the whole history. And he will come to know that my receipt is only 11,000. So, and he may charge money also. And here, if I am not able to bill it, the maximum penalty is 5,500. So it is better to pay penalty. And many times they will miss it. And I said, see, last year also was like that. So I said, sir, he's an intelligent chartered accountant. He knows how much is the maximum of liability. Only 5,500 if it is 11 lakh. And if it is 12 lakh, only 6,000. So 6,000, the chartered accountant might have charged it, or I might have given my detail. He has not given any detail. So what can you do? Charge the penalty of 6,000? But you cannot do notice under 143.2 unless it is a scrutiny case selected. For not getting the accounts audit, it has nothing to do with scrutiny. Okay?
Yes, yeah. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Tell me. I have another lecture lined up, sir. Be fast. I'm not able to hear you.
There is a disturbance from your side.
Now below 1 crore.
Instead of not able to hear.
We'll do one thing, sir. You can please put your question in the chat box. I'll take it up. The voice is breaking from your side, sir. Please look.
We have it's a proprietary concern.
The voice is coming from your side, sir. Please put your question in the chat box. There is a voice disturbance is coming from your side, sir. Please don't unmute yourself, please. Now, next question from there. Two more questions in the chat box, sir. We'll take them up. Now, FSC is a money lender, and his case selected for limited scrutiny on cash deposits during the year. He had produced 25 out of 24 parties confirmation for the receipt of cash from parties lent. During the year from the bank withdrawals, also he lent and repayment received in the same year. Since SSC had unable to identify the parties due to they are shifted from their places. Sorry. Yeah.
So these are the case of facts. There is no law involved in that. So I cannot give you, unless I have a complete details with me, what should be done in this manner, because money lending business, he is not able to find out this. These are the cases which is only facts cases. Facts will be whether it appeals to him or does not appeal to him, maybe a different story. And then you have to go for appeal. So my point is, in the fact case, unless the case is fully before you, you cannot give any judgment on that. You cannot give any advice on that.
Sir, one
Law
question.
point that we can give.
Sir, one question on section 69, if I may please. Sort of the same question, where the assessing officer has disallowed the money received during specified banknotes during the demonetization period by a money lender. But he has put on record that the assessee has proved that this money was received from the lender. The source is proven, but he has gone ahead and disallowed the tax the receipt under section 69A, saying that as per law, there is an illegal act of receiving SBNs during the demonetization period. So can this illegality or of an act
Why not?
be a ground for?
My point is that during the demonetization period, you could not take any money in the old notes. So if you are taking, it is otherwise a crime to do that. It is otherwise a crime to do that you are taking a note, old notes. You cannot receive any note after 8th of November. If you are receiving anything after 8th of November, I know that our clients also paid this, but did we show that they have received after 8th November? You know,
Yes,
I should not use this word here. Many clients said, take your fees. And they have given the fees of the past years also and advance also. Take advance, sir, also. Take. That is your headache. How do you manage? But my point is, those are the different days. How did you manage? I can't say anything. On the
Yes,
TV, at least on this video, you can't say anything like that. What exactly is the thing?
Yes, sir. There is one more question, sir, from Ravi Teja Madi. Sometimes for bank loan purpose, returns are filed with high income, but the same income really does not exist. If
मैंने कहा ना, there is 360-degree profile. Do not do this thing now. Gone are the days. पहले क्या होता था? Bank statement for stock is different, GST stock is different, accountancy different, your income tax different, and MCA different. MCA different. 3 different balance sheet, 3 different. Thank you very much. Now only one balance sheet, only profit and loss account. Otherwise, you will have tough time, because now they have exchange of information. Now linkage with the GST, linkage with the MCA, and very gradually linkage with the others will also be there. So don't take the trouble of doing it. Don't take the trouble of doing it. So these are the gone are the days. अभी भी बोल रहा हूं, एक हमारे में हिंदी में बोलते हैं, हम नहीं सुधरेंगे. HNS, सुधर जाओ, नहीं तो सर मोदी जी सुधार देंगे. HNS, हम नहीं सुधरेंगे, सुधरिए, सुधर जाइए, अब नहीं होगा.
Yes, sir. Next question. Survey conducted on May 2016. Second amendment made on December 2016.
Doesn't matter, applicable from 1st April.
Yes, sir. Whether it is charged 30% or
Yes,
70%.
yes, applicable for 1st April. I told you. I gave you the story of my search person who surrendered. He thought I will pay 40. He had to pay the full amount.
Yes, sir. Can SSC request assessing officer to reject books and estimate income?
How can you say? अब gone are the days. Future की बात करो. Can you say SSC to reject? Now that you will not be able to see him. I don't talk me about the past. What have you done? I said past evils gone. पुराने चुहे खत्म. आगे की बात करो. Tell me now. In future it will not happen now. Please reject my books.
So we have come to the end of the question, sir. Yes, sir. So I request our President Ramdevji Bhutra for the closing comments, closing remarks. Over to C. Ramdev Bhutra.
Thank you, Ritesh.
Yes, sir.
What words should I express? I am unable to find, sir, for your really spellbound presentation on these two sections. Suppose if we invite you to talk on entire act, what it will be, I don't know. This two section itself have caused so much of interest in understanding. Sir, before I proceed further for a minute, only one thing I wanted to know from you, since you are here. Sir, if a person who has omitted some entry while filing the return, suppose subsequently revises, so it doesn't tantamount to any evasion of tax.
No. That's even after that transaction report, if you get it, you revise it, they will not say anything to you.
That is what, sir, one thing.
That's why they have done it. That you should become honest now. Maybe forced honest. They have told you that you have entered into this transaction. They have given you a hint. And if you have not shown that income, kindly show it. That is the reason of doing it.
Okay, sir. Sir, connected with this, sir, one small clarification, one or two. Sir, on whose onus of burden lies to prove that it is a false or intentionally omitted?
Obviously, he will do, or he cannot be said that you prove that it is not false. They will to prove that it is false. They will come to know, they will have information in their possession. Sir, you wait and watch. There will be a lot of information percolated. They will come to know that this is a false entry.
Okay.
After inquiry, they can't do it, but they will prove it is false.
Good evening, sir. I have one more doubt, sir. Please. Hello.
Tell me.
Sir, the thing is, if my client is having below 1 crore turnover and I am declaring under 44 AD, instead of 8%, I am declaring 12%. Is there any problem, sir?
Absolutely no problem. But in the bank, it should not be more than 12%.
Yeah. And one more thing, sir. 44 AA, it's not applicable, no, sir. When I go for the 44 AD.
No. Yeah.
Thank you.
I am showing my income to be 97%.
Thank you, sir.
Please stop asking questions. Now time is over. Our Girish Ahuja sir has spent so much of time.
Yes, sir.
In this pandemic period, daily 2 to 3 sessions.
I have already done 2. I have a third line now. I'll be taking the third way.
Sir, that we understand, sir. We would have loved to honor you, sir, in physical. So that opportunity, when it will come, as soon as this entire lockdown, etc.
Sir, be positive. That's all. Be positive. Whatever God does, it is for the best. That's all.
So that is only awaited, sir. Whenever you are visiting Hyderabad next time, please provide us opportunity to do our duty.
Sure.
With this words, I thank you very much, sir. With the reminder to all the attendees that our next meeting is on 10th on input tax credit and block credit to be addressed by C. Rajat Gurnani. Please join in. And I thank all the participants as well as our Girish Ahuja, sir. So for formal vote of thanks, now I hand over to Ritesh Mittal for further proceedings.
Yes, sir. For formal vote of thanks, I request our C. Sambamurthy, sir, for the formal vote of thanks. GC inviting. Over to Samu.
Thank you, Ritesh, for asking me to propose a well-deserved vote of thanks to our respected Guru, Girish Ahuja, sir. सर वी आर ऑल आप हनुमान की भक्त के जैसा है आपका क्या बोले तो आपको 200 लोग देख रहे थे साहब आपको इसमें आपको 9 ही दिख रहे तो बाकी सब पीछे खड़े हैं हम सब कैमरा ऑन करके ही है
सर नहीं कभी कभी 9 को मैंने अगले 9 भी लिए हैं ऐसा बात नहीं आपको भी देख रहा हूँ You are in the second screen, not in the first screen.
वही मैं परेशान था कि मेरा स्क्रीन खुला है और आप बोल रहे मैं नहीं दिख रहा हूँ तो I was seeing myself. So
I was moving.
So बीच में सामू मूर्ति साहब खाना भी खा रहे थे हम लोग भी देखा है
यही तो फायदा है
So आपका virtual presence, physical presence you may not have covered so many areas, sir. Virtual presence से you are everywhere. You are all parts of the country. So you are very much benefited, sir. As you told, you have thrown lot of clarity on section 68, 69, 69A, B, C, D. We have more than the learned assessing officers. So we are having more wit and wisdom now to fight our cases. And as you told, 360-degree surveillance, we are knowing, sir, but we should educate our clients also. Or else it will be a very big problem. And with the advent of 271 AAD, now the onus is on auditors also, because whenever something happens, survey, raid or something, the first thing what they will tell is all the accounts are there with auditor.
Yeah, they always say that.
So whatever entry we ask, that was done by auditor, they will be telling. So it is an eye opener for all the attendees. So हम सब आपका पहले से शिष्य थे सब, आपका बुक पढ़ के हम पास हो गए, आपका बुक पढ़ के हम प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, अभी आपका ज्ञान सीख के और we are becoming more sharp. So it's always a pleasure to hear you. The more we hear, the more we will be inclined to hear more and more. Thank you very much, sir. And as our president has requested, whenever the unlock happens, please make a visit to our Hyderabad, and we want to physically honor you. And for the time being, kindly accept our virtual applause. I request all the audience to show their gratitude by physical applause. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I request all of you to join for Nagpur session also on Monday.
अच्छा नागपुर also I'm there. Okay.
सर मंडे को बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक है आपका.
सर्वे सर्च.
सर्वे सर्च.
Yeah.
So nice.
Every day there is a lecture. What Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Boyji, bye bye. Ramamurthy ji, bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, Mahamurthy. Thank you.
Regarding Nagpur session, please send the link, sir.
We'll do that, sir. Now I have a program now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
बहुत दिनों के बाद सर को सुना, बहुत दिनों के बाद.
अरे भाई भैया इनको सर को बहुत दिनों के बाद नहीं, जब भी सुनो नया ही लगता. आउट ऑफ बॉक्स आइडियाज आ जाते.
नहीं बिल्कुल. मैंने तो बहुत ट्रैवल किया सर इनके साथ, मतलब आपको पता नहीं चलता कि कितना टाइम आप इनके साथ स्पेंड करते हो. यू नेवर नो व्हाट इज, मतलब ये आपको कभी फील ही नहीं होने देते कि कोई चीज दोबारा रिपीट हो रही है. एवरी टाइम न्यू एनर्जी कम्स इन.
नागपुर के लिए भी ज्वाइन करिएगा परसों. बढ़िया.
डन सर.
लिंक शेयर कर दीजिए सर. चैट बॉक्स में लिंक शेयर कर दीजिए प्लीज.
चैट बॉक्स में मैंने डाल दिया, अभी डाला है मैंने चैट बॉक्स में. You can join that session on Monday evening also.
Done, sir.
Yes, sir.
हमारे ग्रुप में फॉरवर्ड कर देते हैं सर. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
ये लोग बात कर रहे हैं ना रितेश.
हाँ सर.
ये लोग they should first introduce themselves. हम सो एंड सो आई एम स्पीकिंग बोल के बोले तो रहता. डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चंस पूछ रहे हैं, कौन क्वेश्चन पूछना, एक पजल गेम हो गया अपना पूरा.
नाम आ जाता है सर, ऊपर नाम आ जाता है सर, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं.
मगर वो क्या मिनिमम कर्टेसी क्या है बोले तो अपना नाम बताए तो उनको भी मालूम रहता.
चलिए ठीक है सर.
मगर क्वेश्चन भी नहीं पूछते क्या.
नहीं बट क्या हो रहा है सर, दिस टाइम वी हैव, बिकॉज़ गिरीश आहूजा सर भी थोड़ा सा पर्टिकुलर थे कि इंटरेक्शन होना, तो मैं भी अलाउ कर दिया इस बारी रादर देन द चैट बॉक्स.
नहीं मैं वही बोला ना आपको.
Next time say we will tell them to introduce themselves, or what we will do is we will ask them to put the name in the chat box first, then I will unmute them. This is what we'll follow. तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा.
Thank you. रामदेव जी, मैं इजाजत दो.
बिल्कुल. Thanks. I have to prepare for tomorrow.
Yeah. You are also just like Girish Ahuja of Hyderabad.
Yeah.
See you virtually tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. No. You are attending, na?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
And one more thing, sir. Today I got a